First morning of feeding the cows, trying to wean them after they didn't have their bottle last night. We gave them a lot of starter feed and a lot of hay, which they're just now getting used to eating. But this morning, they're craving their bottle, so I've already got them out. Let's watch what they do when they see Deb.
Hi, baby cows.
I put them outside because they were
cows.
just in the stall, just mooing like we've never heard them moo before.
You mad? Are you mad? You are mad.
I don't know if you can hear that, but they are not happy they didn't have their night bottle.
You didn't have your bottle.
This weaning is hard on us. I mean, we want to give them everything that they want, but
oh my goodness, so much fussing. Hi babies. Hi, baby cows. You're so excited. Okay, you gotta let me in. Yeah, I know you don't get it yet. Come on, Bella. Nope.
I've never heard them moo as much. I came out to let Bella out this morning at 6:30.
Come on.
And they were mooing so much, I let them out of their stalls.
Yeah, it's so exciting.
And Chief was just non-stop, and what they did was they got out of their stall and they faced to the back of the barn where Deb normally comes in.
Really?
Comes in the barn. You're going to feed them back in their stall?
Yeah, I want them to associate food with their stalls. Come on, you little bottle junkies.
Chief on the left. He's so chunky. I'm going to clean up some of their compost here. So you want to explain what you're trying to do here, because you've been doing a lot of research about weaning them, and you're not really finding like tons of information that say like 3 months you should start weaning. You got a friend that on Facebook that has a lot of mini cows, and there's just a whole bunch of different ways to wean them, and you're trying one, right?
The people that we got them from said you could ask 10 people and get 10 different answers. So you got to kind of go by the cows themselves. Well, you see they're big. They're eating hay, they're eating their grain. I mean, like as much as you'll feed them. So they're ready to be weaned. So what I decided to do was replace one bottle a day with their feed. No kidding, not just as a snack, but as a full amount of feed. And then keep them on one bottle till the milk's gone. I bought a bag of milk, opened it about 5 days ago, and when it's gone, it's gone. So last night was the first night that they didn't get a bottle, and they ate their feed, but like they were confused. They kept poking on our knees and expecting a bottle. So what I'll probably do is start like giving them a bottle every other morning, and then again replace it with feed, and then every 3 mornings, and then until eventually there's no more bottles, because they love it. They just love it, and I'm sure it tastes good to them, and it's habit, and it's comforting for them, and they don't actually need the bottles anymore. So, and as good as they're being right now, because they didn't get one last night. Normally they're pushing me all over the stall, and it's a little bit painful to feed them the bottles now. But
so that lady you were talking to last night on Facebook, what were some of the things she was doing when she weans them? Like some people wean them real quick, right? Like yeah, before you have?
Yeah, I think she had hers weaned by 3 months, and or at 3 months. And I think she just cut out the bottles and would give them a bottle every couple of days just to make sure they were getting their nutrients. But she made sure they were eating their feed and eating their hay, and they were. And so that's what she did. She just kind of cold turkeyed them with a surprise bottle every now and then. And hers did really well. She still got a couple that she has on a bottle, but that's how she does it. And again, it's just, if you research it, it's different for everybody. They say, I did find information that said they should eat 2 to 4% of their body weight in grain. I mean, we know Charlie weighed 62 pounds early November. That was 6-7 weeks ago. So she's not 62 pounds anymore. He's empty. Oh,
he's empty.
Bubba,
Yeah, look, I mean, he loves milk so much that he will chase me with this bottle, and that's how I get him outside a lot. Come on, Chief. I get him outside so Charlie can eat in peace. He's running. I hear his feet on the concrete. You probably see him down there. He loves to, I don't know what they're called, but the ankle part of my hiking boots here, they've got a soft edge to them, and he loves to suck on them like he's gonna get milk out of them. But this is the game we play. He'll do this at night too, because he's the first one to finish eating, and I got to get him away from Charlie so Deb can finish feeding her. We top seeded a tane rye out here. So we've got Bahia grass it's been frosted a few times, so it's kind of going dormant for 3 months or so here in the winter. But that tane rye was just top seeded. I don't have a seed drill or anything, and it came up really good. We've had some moderate temperatures here and some good rains this winter. So they got plenty of grazing, and we give them hay. They just don't seem to favor it. And they have hay there. They have hay in their stall, but they graze all day. So we're assuming they're getting all the food they need through the grazing, just like a cow would in the summer. Well, here comes Charlie, so.
Hi, Bubba Cow. I know. You're on my toe. You're on my toe, you big cows. I don't have any more. I gave you a whole bottle. I gave you little junkies. Oh my goodness.
They're sucking on your finger.
Yeah.
Wanting more milk.
Yeah, and they haven't gotten where they weren't doing this so much. It's hard to be weaned, isn't it? It's hard to be weaned.
It's hard on us.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
That mooing this morning was something else. We got cows all around us. Our neighbor, it's 20 acres vacant next door, but our neighbor owns that. And he has an 80-acre farm on the other side, and that's just loaded with cows. And they were mooing hard this morning. And we also hear cows behind us, but we don't know who they are. And then recently, like this week, cows were mooing over there. And I know there's a cattle farm 100 acres or so that way, but it sounded a lot closer. And normally they don't care, right, Deb, about other cows mooing in the area? They just don't care.
No, they don't care. Other cows can moo all the time, and they just keep grazing. They don't even like stop what they're doing. Now this morning, our cows mooed so loud that the neighbor's cow mooed back, and that was the first time I'd heard that. So I don't know if it was a mama cow, she recognized the baby. I don't know, but they were loud mooing this morning.
They are talking to each other. And every morning before Deb gets up, I take Bella out for a run, and Bella ran across the outside of the pasture here and into the woods. And my feet crunched on the gravel driveway, and they started mooing and just would not stop. So I went in to let them out. I figured, well, if they're that hungry, they're not going to get fed for a while with their morning bottle, that I would just let them out so they could graze. And once they got out here, they just were going to town with their mooing. And I told Deb when she got up a few minutes later, I said, just stick your head out the front door of the house and just say something to them. And she did, and they just lit off. They were mooing and just going nuts when they saw her.
You said that they were hungry in the morning. Well, we leave them in their stall with the hay. So
yeah, and you gave them a lot of grain.
I gave them a full meal of grain.
Like to the point, like Chief wasn't even eating all his grain, right?
He wasn't even that excited about it.
Yeah, you gave him like a whole big scoop of it.
I gave him a scoop of it. It would be half of what they would have for the day. So it's not like this morning when they were mooing, it's not like they still had a whole a thing of hay. So they were mad. They were just mad.
But you can see here, they're big, but they're not big.
Yeah.
They're kind of, wide and beefy, and Charlie loves the camera, so she's coming over. She loves the camera, and she loves chin scratches. Oh, girl. Look at that nose. How can you resist that? I mean,
you can't.
So cute. But, I mean, there's Deb. Deb's a small woman. She's tall, but she's small. And Chief doesn't look that big. Let us know down in the comments. Do you think at 4 months or 3 months?
4 months. Chief's,
4 months old.
4 months, yeah.
He's the mid-size mini cow. He's not the micro, so he's the mid-size. How tall will he get?
39
compared
inches.
To you? Like,
probably 39 inches.
But where would that be, like on your waistline?
Well, I'm 5'6".
So if I'm 34, then 40 would be my waistish. So, right? Is that 40? You said 40, 42?
Yeah, probably waist high. We expect them to be waist high.
So 3 years to get to here?
3 years to fully grow out, yeah.
Okay. But what were you saying about age and size?
Well, that it takes 3 years to grow them out. And I mean, we don't know for sure. I mean,
we never grown one out.
We never had a cow, let alone a mini cow. But I've seen them at 18 months, and I thought before we got them at 18 months they were fully grown out. Charlie loves the camera. But no, they're not. So we'll see. This is how much they've grown. He was like 30 pounds when we brought him home. He's not 30 pounds anymore, so that's 4 months. At some point in time, they'll slow down, but we don't know what that is. So you guys just follow us along and learn with us.
Yeah, or tell us, right?
Yeah,
so
or tell us if you know.
When we took her into the vet, well over a month ago, right? 6 weeks ago,
yeah,
November?
6 weeks, yeah.
So 6 weeks ago, she was 62 pounds, and I and the vet lady could pick her up because I had to put her in the back of my truck. Now when I lift her like this, I don't know. I think she's closer to 75 pounds or 80.
I'm guessing, I'm feeding her as if she weighs 80.
And then Chief, who is a lot, he's denser in his muscles, he's got a thicker neck. Like when I come up under here and I pick him up, he's noticeably heavier. Pick him up, I pick up his front. I can't pick the whole cow up. I think Chief, I've had Labrador retrievers that were 100 pounds before. I think Chief might be pushing 100 pounds. It's all a guess. I can't hold him and get on a scale. Chief's coming to say hi.
He looks like a buffalo from the side and a grizzly bear from behind.
He really
Cracks
does.
me up.
So from the side, if he turns his head so you can't see his ears and he's feeding, they're like that. He kind of looks like a buffalo. Imagine if he had a short tail. He's got the coloring and the look of a grizzly bear. Look at him. Now, does that not resemble a grizzly bear walking away?
Grizzly bear. You like a grizzly
Look
bear.
how wide he is.
You like a grizzly, especially after they just ate their bottle.
Yeah.
You're fatties after you just eat, aren't you?
We are not a how-to channel on mini cows. Maybe we will be in 2 or 3 years. Deb is still trying to figure out what her herd is going to look like. I personally would like a micro mini, which is smaller, but they're so darn expensive. These were not cheap, but the thought of having, a $8,000 to $15,000 cow out here as basically as a pet, as a lawn ornament, it doesn't make financial sense, but also there's always a chance something could happen to them. And that's a big investment for, again, a lawn ornament or grass puppies. What would you say the greatest likelihood or greatest chance is of the next animal, or what the next animal will be? I think we both want it.
I think we've decided on a mini donkey because they're hardy and they too protect, even though they're mini, they protect. So I think a mini donkey or two will be our next critter in the barn.
So we're pretty well secure out here. We got the fence, we got the cameras. The cows always go in the barn at night, so predators aren't a big concern. We have bobcats, coyotes,
Bears.
Occasionally a bear, but we haven't seen one in a few years around here.
Right, but there will be a time where they may not go in the stall at night, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no time soon, but when they're 800 pounds, 600 pounds, they'll probably stay out 24/7. So you'd want something a little deterrent. That or an alpaca. Alpacas protect too.
Their vet visits at this age have been more than we thought they would be.
When they did get sick, they were so young. I mean, they were so young. We got them both when they were like 2.5 weeks old. So their little immune systems weren't built up yet. Had they been older, when it got cold, they probably would have been okay. So.
All right, guys, we just wanted to put this out there, this type of video where we're just kind of talking about our cows and hanging out with them. Let us know if you like this kind of format. We want to show you these guys as they grow up. So let us know in the comments down below if you enjoy this type of content. But Deb, go ahead and close her out.
Well, thanks for watching us and our cows, our dramatic cows that acted starving this morning. Keep following along. They'll adjust and we'll adjust and we'll have more to show you. But until the next one, y'all take care out there. Be kind, tractor hard, and as Brad would say, watch these 2 videos. They'll change your life.
They will change your life, guys. You just trust me on it. Take care, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.